If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, oh no, 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 no. So, R. Kelly had an interview recently and he had an emotional breakdown where he was proclaiming his innocence and saying that this isn't fair and that these young girls' parents were sending them off to him, which I do believe to an extent. I do believe that some of these parents were up for cash grabs. Some of these parents did put their daughters up to this, in hopes of, gaining some type of monetary gain off of this. But R. Kelly, it doesn't excuse the fact that you married a 14-year-old Aaliyah, 15-year-old Aaliyah. That doesn't excuse the fact that allegedly you had sex and peed on a 14-year-old girl in a sex tape. That doesn't excuse the fact that when Torre asked you, do you like teenage girls, you cannot give him a straight answer. That does not excuse the fact that you yourself do deal with teenagers. Now, there have been too many cases and too many instances where young females have come out and said that, they've seen you hanging out at the schools, they've seen you hanging out at McDonald's, they've seen you try to, kind of, court young girls, who are underage, well under your age. So, um, you have a problem. I feel like you should go get help. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I need you to go sit the fuck down. I need whoever did that interview to sit the fuck down. You need to be in jail. He needs to serve time for, that sex tape. He needs to serve time for marrying Aaliyah, and he also needs to serve time for any other injustice or wrongdoing or sexual act, that you've done to any, young girl. Right now, whatever money he's making off of his royalties or whatever the case may be, anything like that, he needs to have scholarships for young black girls who, can go to college or for full rides. He needs to have, he needs to pay for counseling and therapy for all the women that he's assaulted, raped, or, held hostage, whatever that case may be. He needs to he doesn't need to be around any young girls, period. But his money, like all his money, his earnings needs to be going towards supporting and uh, helping to benefit young black girls' lives. Like again, like I said, scholarships for young black girls in college. For full rides. We need him to start foundations. With just his money, we need other people to do these things, but just using his money. Start foundations that support young black girls. We need to have just a plethora of different activities as well as grants and things like that based coming from his royalties, like so you were using your stardom and power and money to court and assault young black girls. So now in turn, all of that money that you made and all of that good fortune that's come from all of that, that needs to be flipped and turned and put back to the pockets of young black girls. I need, I don't understand why he's online proclaiming his innocence when clearly you're not innocent. Do I believe all acts, that are, he's been accused of? No. But I do believe that there's a circumstantial enough of evidence to prove that you are sick and you do need help. There is no saving you. There is no, this is unfair. Yeah, it may be unfair to an extent, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you assaulted and raped, and held, young girls, allegedly held young girls, against their will, but it is no unknown fact that you out here having sex with young girls. So, that is a fact. Again, I need, like instead of sitting on, interviews trying to say that you're innocent, you need to start some foundations. I need a lot of foundations based off R. Kelly royalty money, all of it, all of it. You know, give him enough to, sustain a normal life, but that money needs to be going back to young black girls. That's just it. I don't know, like fuck out of here with this I'm innocent shit. The jig is up, buddy. Unfortunately, what about the video they pulled up on you where you were, smoking your blunt and having your drink and boasting and gloating about how they should have did something 20 odd years ago and it's too late and ha ha ha. They got your ass. So now deal with it. Suffer the repercussions. Again, like I said, start some foundations. Send, a plethora of young black girls, not just 5, 10 to 20, send, over 50 black girls to college on for a ride, start some young, young girl foundations, do the whole nine, just, but this ain't it, buddy. You trying to convince us of your innocence? It ain't working. Again, like I said, do we believe all acts that you've been accused of? No. But again, there's enough circumstantial evidence for us to know and for us to have figured out that you are a creep who should have been jailed over 20 something years ago. Again, I fall under the generation, I was born, in the early, mid 90s. So, that the whole R. Kelly thing is not new to us per se, but we didn't know to full extent or, that many details about the R. Kelly thing. Like we knew about the sex tape and the marriage, but well, actually, yeah, sex tape and the marriage, but that was about it. So again, fuck this proclaiming your innocence because nobody believes you. Nobody believes you.